This evening we're looking at multiplying and dividing decimals, but also using our multiplication and division integer rules. For our first problem, we should be able to look at the problem right away and see that we're multiplying two negative numbers, so our solution is finally going to be positive. But again, remembering our decimal rules, we will have, here's what I like to do. I like to keep my largest number up top, so 2.2 times 0.1, and I would have 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 2 again is 2, and then I had two numbers on the right side of my two decimal signs. So starting from the right here, I would move over 2 spaces, and that would be my new location of my decimal. Again, we said the solution would be positive, so I'll just take my resulting solution there, 0.22. If you like, a 0 in front of the decimal just to help fill the space. And so our solution is 0.22. Now for dividing. Our problem is 1.6 divided by negative 0.04. And we need to remember that the 1.6 needs to go inside our radicand, and the negative 0.04 goes outside the radicand. And our first step is to move the decimal over 2 places from this number outside of the radicand. So I need to move my decimal over 2 places from the number inside my radicand. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 0 because I know it's going to go beyond the 6. So 1, 2. And so that I don't forget in my solution, I'm going to go ahead and move that decimal up so that it reminds me that there's a decimal there in that location. And remember, using our integer rules, I have a positive number divided by a negative number. My final solution is going to be negative, so if I really want to not forget, I can go ahead and put it there. So now I have 4 into 16 goes 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down my 0. I've already come to a 0, and I have no other integers other than 0, so that's going to be 0. And I'll need a 0 between the integer 4 and my decimal. So my final solution is here as negative 40. Hopefully this helped remind you a couple of the rules. Be careful on problems 7 and 8 because there are multiple operations. You need to be paying attention to what signs are being used and what integer rules apply to multiplying and dividing with positives and negatives.